Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm gonna talk to you about how I built my profile for a marketing career. I've been working in marketing full time now at like an actual job for the last 6 months. But even before that, for the last couple of years, I've been doing internships, I've been doing projects, freelance work in marketing. And I get this question a lot, like, if I want to start a career in marketing, what are the things that I should do? What are the things that I should be reading, internships I should do, and so on. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about all of that. So to give you a bit of a background, I think it was like in 11th or 12th grade of high school that I kind of decided that I wanted to study marketing. Even though I wasn't sure at the time exactly what kind of marketing or what position or what role in marketing I wanted to do. But even before that, I started producing music back in high school. I started making videos when I was in 11th grade. I was always playing the guitar. I was into photography and I was just into a whole bunch of like creative things from the time that I was in middle school pretty much. I was always just chasing, learning things that interested me. It was pretty much all about, okay, is this interesting for me to do right now? It is? Okay, cool, let's do it. And also, I didn't really follow like a set curriculum or anything like that when it comes to marketing. I don't need to know every single thing because there's a lot of different kinds of marketing. I just have to know the things which I'm interested in, and that's pretty much it. And so what I did was that I just tried a whole bunch of things. Whatever I found myself more interested in, I just spent more time doing that. And then the remaining things I kind of just like left. For example, I tried learning Python and R and getting into the whole data side of marketing. I didn't really enjoy it all that much. It wasn't that exciting for me. So then I pretty much just stopped doing it. And then also like I tried getting into marketing and brand strategy. And that's something that ended up being a little bit too theoretical for me. Like I like strategy, I like making plans and I like ideas, but I also like operational stuff. I like actually doing things a lot as well. And so things like writing, making videos, creating content for social media, writing blogs and newsletters and emails, content creation and content strategy, that's something that actually interested me a lot. And I ended up doing that more and more. I did that in my previous internships. I did that for my own YouTube channel, which you're watching right now. And that's what I'm doing at my current job as well. I'm creating content and I'm building a content strategy, and that's what I spend most of my time doing now. So I'm gonna break this video down into 3 parts. The first part is gonna be things that I did in high school. The second part is things that I did during my undergrad or during my bachelor's. And then the third part is gonna be things that I did during my master's at HEC Paris in France. So if you want, you can skip to the part that you're interested in. I'm gonna be putting timestamps. Or otherwise you can just watch the entire thing. It's entirely up to you. Alright, first let's talk about the things that I did in high school. That was a really, really long time ago. I think the first thing that really got me into the whole creative digital marketing situation was that I started producing my own music. This was at the age of I think 12. When I was in 8th grade. That's when I got into music production, started writing my own music, producing my own music. I had like this little recording setup and I would record songs. Once I made songs, I had to figure out how to get people to listen to those songs. And at that time, like I was just posting about them a lot. I tried Facebook. I tried uploading my music on the site called Bandcamp. I tried uploading my music on SoundCloud. I had this product and I want to get more people to listen to this. How do I do that? And that's how I started finding solutions to things. But I pretty much always failed at it for some reason. The whole music thing, it caught the attention of the mom of a friend of mine who was starting her own business, and she needed someone to make a logo for her business. And then she reached out to me. I got this freelance job when I was in the 10th grade, making a logo for a business. That was interesting. Going back to the whole music thing, at one point I started making CDs of my songs and tried selling them in school. And that was initially a success because people thought that, man, like that's so cool. This guy's selling his own music. I should buy it. And then after I sold like 10 CDs, I guess people realized that my music was pretty shitty. I didn't really sell many more CDs after that. But that experience taught me many valuable lessons in marketing and entrepreneurship. When you do something like that, put yourself out there in high school and you fail so catastrophically, which I did, things can get pretty nasty, or at least they did for me. But thankfully I bounced back and I continued making music after that. And then I started editing videos in 11th or 12th grade. I was pretty inspired by the video creators on YouTube at the time. And actually my oldest video from 2013 is still there on this channel. You should go check it out, maybe. But overall, playing music, making videos, playing the guitar, putting myself out there, just trying to do things and coming across problems and then solving those problems, that's pretty much got my feet wet into this area of marketing. And all these things, they taught me a lot about the entire process of creation, communication, and distribution, which are pretty key aspects of marketing. So the advice that I would give at that stage would be that if you're interested in marketing, then just market something. It'll teach you way more than any book or course will. Don't get me wrong, books and courses are really cool, but you only learn a lot when you actually apply what you learn. So, one, start a project, do something, and then communicate about it. Tell everyone you know about it. Put yourself out there, explore things. That's really, really important in marketing. And two, see whether you actually like marketing or whether you like the idea of it. The only way to do that is to actually try marketing something. Whether that's yourself or whether that's a product that you're making. And it's really not that hard. Literally start a lemonade stand. That will teach you a lot. By the end of high school, even though I wasn't 100% clear about what it was, I was pretty certain that I wanted to do something creative and business related, but also in the area of tech, which is why I decided to do an undergrad in computer science, because I wasn't fully ready to go do a bachelor's in marketing just yet. And I loved tech, I loved computers since I was a little kid, and I decided to go to an undergrad in that because it seemed like the safe option, But there were a whole bunch of things that I did during my undergrad that really got me even deeper into this area of marketing, and I feel like they really set me up really well to be able to take the most of the opportunities I got when I came to France for my master's. One of the first things that I started doing when I was in college is that I started making more videos. I joined the student media body called MTTN, moneypowerthetalk.net. Shout out to them. And I was the one who made their video department, essentially. I started making videos of events that were happening around campus and then editing them into like tiny little vlogs and then putting them on MTTN's YouTube channel. And I just got into the whole flow of making videos and I started finding that super interesting. And that experience with MTTN got the attention of the owner of this local ad agency in Udupi, who decided that he wanted to work with me to make videos for his clients in a similar style that I've been making for my channel and for MTTN's channel. And so because of that, I started making online marketing videos for actual clients, like real estate people, tourism, restaurants, hotels, all that kind of stuff. And it was really interesting. I feel like that's what gave me like a very grassroots, super operational experience in marketing, which was extremely valuable. And aside from that, it taught me the skills of being a freelancer, trying to like figure out what my worth is and actually like negotiating for that. Setting expectations, working with clients. Those were all very, very important things that I learned through that experience working with that ad agency in Udupi. And then I also started this YouTube channel during that time. I started uploading vlogs. I would just make videos of things that I did with my friends and also music videos because I play the guitar and I sing. But somehow my videos never really got that many views. Even my channel never really picked up in subscribers. And I was always wondering about it in the beginning that, yeah, man, like I make pretty decent videos, if I can say so myself. Like, why are people not watching it? Beyond like the few hundred that would discover me through my college. I also took elective courses in advertising, in publishing, and then I did a minor specialization in business management, and then I did the HEC Paris Summer School in Luxury Management. I think this was like my first solid step towards actually studying marketing and management, which was really interesting. I've made a video about this as well. I'll link it somewhere here and you should go check it out. Oh, and then I started a marketing and advertising club in college. It was called Ad MIT, the Advertising and Marketing Club of MIT. That was a really interesting experience. We had like one event, which was a success. I did an event on luxury marketing, which was a completely new concept to engineering school students. And so I got a lot of interest in that event. But after that, it pretty much fell apart. And there were a bunch of reasons why it fell apart. And it was my first experience as a leader. And that failure, now I can look back and I can be like, man, that was pretty bad. But I mean, hey, like as long as I learned something, which I definitely did, it was a really great experience doing that as well. I didn't really think at the time that, this is exactly what I want to do. This is going to add to my CV and it's going to look good. I was just doing, does this interest me right now? Does this sound fun to do? Is this a good way for me to spend my time at the moment? Yeah. So yeah, let's do it. I just went by my instinct to just go with my interests and then trust that things will work out and fall into place at some point. My mom always told me this, that hard work never goes to waste. And I was like, yeah, I should just work hard on things that I'm interested in and it'll never go to waste. But then at one point on YouTube, getting back to the YouTube thing, I started realizing that some videos were performing better, slightly better than other videos on the channel. And then I dug into the analytics and figured out like why. And then I realized that, all of my videos about Manipal were doing a lot better because people were searching for Manipal University and finding those videos. And that's how I learned about this concept called search engine optimization or SEO. And At the end of my entire college experience, 3.5 years of just doing a whole bunch of different things and trying to study computer science as well on the side, I ended up building a bit of a network, and people around me knew what I was good at because of all of this. And so through that, I ended up getting a 6-month internship doing marketing at a tech startup in Bangalore. Honestly, I think till then, this experience at that startup in Bangalore taught me the most about what I'm doing at my job right now. So the advice that I would give in college would be, first, start your own project. Honestly, college is the time that you actually have the time to do these things. So start a blog, start a YouTube channel, start a side hustle, start like this e-commerce shop, start selling things on campus, like physical things. I wish when I was in college, I had the confidence to start an actual business. I did not, but I still learned a lot through freelancing. So that's another route that you can take as well. Because when you start doing all these things, you will hit roadblocks. And once you hit those roadblocks, you're gonna try to cross those roadblocks. You're gonna try to find solutions. And that's where you're gonna learn a lot. The second advice to give you during college is, if you wanna learn about marketing, do marketing. One of the best places to do marketing is at a startup. And that's because startups are such a great environment to learn, because they allow you to just do things. And since their brand, their product marketing may not be like super defined yet, you have a lot of flexibility to just try out 10 things and see what works and what doesn't. And that's what teaches you a lot. You basically get to do projects from scratch. And this entrepreneurial mindset is going to help you a lot, whether it's when you're freelancing, whether you start working at another startup later on, or even at a big company. Like, having this entrepreneurial mindset, it really helps a lot. All right, so June 2018 is when I finished my 8th semester internship at that tech startup in Bangalore, right? I graduated my bachelor's, I finished studying 4 years of computer science, and now my next step was deciding to study a master's in management at HEC Paris, as you guys probably already know from all my previous videos. What did I do in these 3 years of HEC that got me to where I am today? So firstly, at HEC, I did a lot of networking. I made a video about networking 2 weeks ago. Basically, I spoke with a whole bunch of people doing different kinds of jobs in marketing, and I tried to see if I could see myself in their shoes. I reached out to people on LinkedIn, met people at networking events on campus, connected with students as well at HEC who had done different kinds of internships in their gap years, and just asked them about their experience and how things were for them. That gave me a really good idea of what within marketing I want to do. At HEC is also where I read a lot of books. I read like marketing textbooks like Kotler, which were extremely useful to give me like the fundamentals of things. But then I also read books by authors and marketers like Seth Godin. I started reading blogs, I started reading newsletters. I'll probably make another video about all the things within marketing that I like to read. Oh, at HEC, I did 2 marketing internships. One at a startup in California in Los Angeles, and another one at a big corporate in the beauty industry in Paris. This startup experience taught me an insane amount about working for a B2B company. I had an amazing manager who I learned a lot from and who inspired me tremendously. And it was after that experience that I realized that, yeah, like startups and tech, that's what I want to do. And in that startup, I was doing more content marketing, digital marketing. I realized that, man, I absolutely love doing this. But then at the second internship at a corporate at MAC Cosmetics in Paris, I learned a lot about working in a highly structured environment. How do you set processes? How do you work with people from different teams? It was really interesting for me to learn all that stuff, because you don't get that at a startup with just 8 people. But, through that experience as well, I learned that corporates aren't really for me right now. And then finally, I also did the marketing specialization at HEC in my second academic year, or like in my 3rd year at HEC. This for me was pretty much kind of like the final lap. I was pretty clear by then that, okay, marketing, digital marketing, want to work at a startup in tech, preferably. And then by then I'd also started this YouTube channel, and it was growing a lot as well. So I was like, man, yeah, this is great. If I could do this kind of stuff for an actual company. And even this whole YouTube thing, I had like a proper defined strategy. I had like a plan about how I'm going to approach this. I decided to make 1 video per week and be really, really consistent with that. I started with videos about HEC Paris, and then I expanded onto other topics which were tangentially related. And then it grew pretty consistently because literally no one was creating content about this topic back then, and a lot of people were searching for it. And the idea for me, besides from helping people by sharing my experiences, it was also to have like this project which is like big and solid, which I could show employers later on when I tried applying for jobs. And this YouTube channel was what helped me get other opportunities as well. I got freelance opportunities through YouTube because people discovered me through my channel. And finally, I reached out to the CEO of the company that I'm working for right now, just through a random cold email. And I told him that, hey, look, this is me. This is my YouTube channel. This is what I've done. And it turned out that they were looking for someone like me. And then it just worked out from there. And so the advice that I would give you if you're in this stage, if you're doing your master's in business or in marketing or whatever, is one, network. Just talk to a lot of people. Try and figure out exactly what you want to do. I think the earlier you figure out exactly what your path is, the easier it's going to be, because then you'll be able to take very determined efforts and steps towards that specific direction that you're heading towards. Second thing is choose your internships strategically and carefully. I did one internship at a startup and one at a corporate because I had already done a startup internship before. I wanted to get another startup experience just to kind of validate it, to see that, was it just that company or was it actually startups that I like? But then I also wanted to do one corporate internship to be like, okay, I've worked at 2 startups before. Let me see how a corporate actually is and make like an informed decision about which direction I want to head towards. The third advice, start a project. Again, I cannot stress this enough, guys. Like, it's really not that hard to get started. Actually, no. It's really not that hard to do it. It's really hard to get started. But once you get started, it just snowballs from there.
To be honest, everything is easy. You just need to be started.
Yeah, dude, I really love that. Doing things as easy as just getting started is what's hard.
And continue doing the things. Most of the people stop before putting the first video on YouTube. Launching a YouTube channel, it's easy at the end, the skills. It's just, you need to do it.
Next advice, today especially, the courses that you do, the schools that you go to, the certifications that you get, all that stuff, yes, it matters, but what matters even more is the actual work that you can do. The only way to get better at marketing is to actually do marketing. You can read 20 books, but if you don't actually apply it to marketing or selling something, you're not going to learn. Which brings me to my next advice. Market something. It could be anything. All right, there you go, guys. I know this video turned out to be probably a little bit longer than I expected, but I hope this gave you an idea of the things that I did in the last 10 to 12 years that have taught me everything that I know today. Look, I know I'm far from an expert in what I'm doing right now. I've literally just started and I have a long way to go. I know that. But I think all of these things that I've done, which I just explained to you, they gave me a very clear understanding of what I like and what I don't, what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, and that's how I know now what I should focus on and what I can delegate. It's still an ongoing learning process. Once again, start a project. If you want to learn marketing, do marketing. That's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.